Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Pit Stop Podcast. I'm Jaco van der Merwe, joined by Mark Jones and Charles Bosch. On the menu this week, boys, we talk about the lower end of the car scale, and Renault's pulled quite a lacquer little marketing trick there. They had their entry-level Kwid, the 1.0 Evolution, was the same price as the Toyota. We're talking about passenger cars now, not little other thingies with load bins on the back. That Kwid was the same price as the Toyota Vitz entry-level one, which is 178,800. And Renault said, let's drop that by R1.
Yep.
To 178,799. Now it's South Africa's officially cheapest passenger car. And 101 Rand more expensive is the Suzuki Espresso 1 liter GL manual. So within 101 Rand, there's three different cars, and then it's over 5,000 to the Tata Tiago 1.2 XM. So yeah, quite a lacquer little battle there, Mark. Which one are you buying?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's be honest, they're all not great.
No.
To drive. They have very basic sort of interiors. They have basic safety. Although the little Kwid's improving with screens and stuff like that. But to be honest, when you drive all of those cars, you know why you're paying 178 grand for it.
Yeah.
But in saying that, it sure as heck beats walking.
Yes.
And it really, and I do not want to ever be in one, it sure as heck beats a taxi with 25 people on the way to work every morning.
Only 25.
Well, yeah, it's half empty for that day. Really, it's dangerous on our roads. A person who's getting into their first little job, or they've got a decent little job and they're working hard, it's such an upgrade from a taxi or walking that we might be a bit critical and go, wow, why would you buy a Kwid? But if that's your only choice and your only budget, that's your Ferrari, and it's kind of a great deal then.
He's not taking the bet. Which one are you buying?
Well, I'm probably taking the Vitz. Well, we all know it's not really a Toyota. It's a Suzuki Celerio, basically. But just for between those ones, it's a bit more substantial, even though it is the base 1 liter, XS, I believe it is.
It'll be an XS, yeah.
XS. I will probably take that one. So, I mean, we all know at that end of the market, as Mark said, us tend to be overcritical. And I mean, we know what the Kwid was when it first launched. It was the most hated thing on earth. We were berating Renault for introducing a car that was unsafe, that had a reputation for being unstable, and when it came out, there was obviously the Datsun Go, which we know is no longer available, long time discontinued, which was on the same level as even worse. So, and then when the Toyota Vitz Suzuki Celerio partnership thing came out, it was a bit more substantial. And yeah, it's a difficult one, but we might not accept in the greater scheme of things those cars, but as Mark said, for your first-time buyer who has less than 200,000 Rand to spend and wants a brand new car, not go the used car route, because let's be honest, for that amount of money you can get a hell of a lot if you go on the second-hand market. But for first-time buyer who wants something new, that's it.
But there's the catch. If you buy a Renault Kwid, they give you your first year's insurance. They encourage you into the car. And their big upsell, I remember doing it with Datsun Go years ago, is that don't go and buy a used car, because there will be a car with more spec,
yes.
Be it 1 year old, 2 year old, 5 years old, however old you want to go, you can get quite a car. Problem is, the used market, without picking on everybody, there are some dangers out there.
There are.
People, I mean, if you look on social media, people are getting conned every day.
True.
There's now a company out that's going around checking cars for you, and the things
Yes.
they're finding is horrific. The risk as a first-time buyer or a naive buyer buying a used car, and then they're paying that installment, which in their terms of income will be a big chunk of their salary, and only to not to have a car that's reliable. It's breaking down. It's got all the luxury. So you can understand the attraction. I mean, Renault's Kwid is Renault's best-selling vehicle every
Correct,
month. I mean,
yeah.
they sell more Kwids than some brands sell cars throughout their whole lot.
That's true.
You know, so we might be dismissive, but people want that car. They want their transport, and I get it. I want to be independent,
Yep.
and I don't want my life to depend on somebody else. I'll take a chance that if it only has 2 airbags and whatever, that's better than me sitting in the back of a taxi praying that I'm going to get to work.
Correct. I agree completely.
And there's also that little, it's always going to be a little bit of a draw towards buying something new. The stigma of, not the stigma, I suppose, the honor, the prestige. the
Yeah,
magic.
yeah.
Out of the box.
Yeah,
It was
100%.
out of the box.
Because let's also be frankly honest. We know that with all the ride-hailing services that are going around, and people don't want cars, they would rather go into the back of a ride-hailing vehicle. But in South Africa, to own your own car is still something it's prestigious. People still want that.
Correct.
And it's something aspirational. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a large people still aspire to own their first car, to come with the bragging rights and say, hey, look, I've bought my first car. It's brand new out of the box.
Out the box.
And that you can see the appeal of vehicles like that, of the below 200,000 rand. Not everybody wants to, because to sit in a ride-hailing vehicle, you don't have, as you quite rightly point out, you don't have the independence, because you just can't. You're saying, okay, I want to go to a shop or whatever. You can't get up, get the key, and go outside and get your car, because there isn't anyone. You have to call a car.
Yeah, but there's costs in that.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't use a hailing service every day.
No.
Because it costs. So,
Yeah.
you know, I can guarantee most of the people that buy these new cars are either new into work, younger people, people that are earning an income able to pay for a car. I mean, it's all good to say we want more, but if you do really look and you get into that car, I mean, yeah, I don't like the way it drives. I mean, that bugs me anyway, but it has got quite a little bit going on. You got your connectivity. Most people these days want their cell phones and Bluetooth and
Apple CarPlay
and
and
Apple
Android.
CarPlay,
Yeah.
and that makes their life good. So again, I can understand it was a clever move. The weird part is Renault didn't really do much about it. It was by chance we kind of found out about this. And I must be honest, I'd be saying more, because they're really doing well. And for somebody who's going to choose between that, a Vitz and a Suzuki, it's a choice now. And what's going to happen now? It's how good the salesperson is on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Explaining what you're buying, how good the financial deal's structured, because you walk into a dealership, they're going to structure how much is their on-road fees and what they give and what they don't give. So that's all going to play a role now in those top 3 cars. And then buyer preference. I mean, you opted for a Toyota. I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
Toyota and Suzuki are solid brands.
Yep.
Renault have a reputation that's not that solid. I mean, let's be straight.
Yeah.
But all 3 come with little service plans.
Yes.
They come with warranties. So you kind of, as a first owner, you're pretty covered.
Yes.
If you
That insurance makes a big difference, because if you want to get a quote on the others for the first year per month, it's quite a chunk extra additionally.
Yeah, it could be anything 500 Rand, 600 Rand, 1,000 Rand. So that's 12 grand off the price already. I mean, if you factor that in, then that's South Africa's cheapest car by a long shot.
It is.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, very interesting, gentlemen. Yes, clever marketing move from Renault, South Africa's cheapest car. But like we said, at least now there's a bit of choice in there. I mean, 3 models within 101 rand, not grand.
Rand. But I think this is also quite a clever thing from Renault, in a sense that there is a brand new Kwid coming. We've seen it.
Yes.
It's currently undergoing testing in India. It's going to get launched very soon. So that is probably quite a nice farewell package for this generation of Kwid.
Yeah.
And maybe we've heard stuff that might be an electric version as well. There's that car's sold as a Dacia in Europe called the Spring, which has been a massive runaway success. So that's quite a nice way maybe to say goodbye to the to the current one and see what the new one brings when it
Yeah,
comes
and
out
also
soon.
that little segment there is not a Chinese player. But
No,
I'm going to
not
say
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not
they
yet.
are coming thick and fast soon, not this year, but from next year on, highly probably. But yeah, let's cross that bridge when we get there and rejoice in the SA's new cheapest car. Not that new, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a lie. It is technically South Africa's cheapest passenger.
100%. Look at the price list.
Yeah, by R1.
That's it. Thank you very much for listening to the Pit Stop podcast this week. Please tune in again next week. Cheers.